All right, shut the music off. There you go. All right, start to get our second game of the weekend here against the Rocky Mtn Sparks. We start out here with Rose, Eloise, and Tiny in the front line. Jaden and Gretchen on defense. We got stuck in our defensive zone right away here. Eleanor is the netminder today. And we got a tripping penalty right after that. Get the puck. That was a quick one. And there we go. So about 30 seconds. We got 13-minute periods here. 30 seconds until we get our first penalty. Not quite the start we wanted. And in comes for Pellygill, Pippa Emerson. Gretchen and Jaden stay out there. Now this team lost 3-1 to the Arvada, who's a team that will play tomorrow. Gretchen has it, gets caught up against the wall there. Pippa tries to help out. Can we get it out of the zone? Nope. Back to our net. Jaden's going to try it. Gets it out to their defense. They shoot it back to the net. And behind our net. Gretchen gets it along the wall. There, gets it out of the zone there. Okay. Emerson keeps it out of the zone. Pushes them back a bit, and then they get nice passing here. And it'll be nice to see if our team can learn from these other teams a little offensive. And they get it. All right, we hit. And it looks like we're going to get an icing call right away. All right, Olivia wins that face-off, but it gets back to the defense of the Sparks. So they make a nice pass right across the middle. They get a one-timer shot right in front there. That was a little too easy too. EJ tries to fight it away, so we can get to wing and get it out of here. Tries the other way. This is Everly, and she passes it to their defense, and our wings are right in front of the net there. That gets all the way to the goalie. Another hard shot right to the goalie. So again, we're stuck in our defensive zone here. We can't get it out of there. Then we have Caitlin here. She gets out of the zone and ices it. So back to the defensive zone. Hopefully we can show a little bit of aggression here. Their team is passing nicely. You can tell how much a difference it makes when you pass rather than try to skate everywhere. And we got Eloise, Tiny, and Rose back there with Kinsey and Bristol back on defense. What? I tried that once, it made it worse. All right, they're like centering pass there. Nobody was there. They're passing around again. See if we can get to it here. Bristol has it. Gets it towards Tiny and to their defense. They shove it back to our goal. Can we get a wing pass? Now can we center it? Somebody got the defense and the center there. There we go. We got it out of there. Always tries to chase. They kind of have a turn. Oh, couldn't quite get to it. They almost had a turnover there. And there we got a pass right to the middle there. And there it is. Go get it. Bristol gets it. Flips it out of there nicely. And they get it and shove it back to the net. Person wide open there in the back of the net that luckily they couldn't hold on to that pass. There you go. Pippa is in there, and you know when Pippa came in the game. Pippa cuts that one off and takes it to the neutral zone, and they pass it around and back behind our red light again. And I see Rains in the game there. Did Emerson come in too? Yeah, Emerson came in. I didn't even see that happen. There we go, got it. Pippa skates it out. Got a little bit of a 2-on-1 here. We get going. Pippa gets a nice pass to Rain. Rain get a shot off. Nice shot right there. Oh! Pippa had the rebound right there. She skated past it. Oh, she's in the right position. Just too close. All right, we still got pressure on the offensive side here. We can get going. Rain fights there again. Couldn't quite get the shot off. Shoot. Pippa was right there for the rebound. Just puck went out a little bit too far for her. We still got the action in there. Nope. Look like get a hold of that. See if we get a forecheck here. They skate it slowly around the net. Emerson tries to put a little pressure on him. And they pass it out of there. And they shoot it all the way down the ice. That should be icing. They're not called icing? Okay. Guess not. We got Jaden in there now. Olivia's back in the game here. There you go. Jaden gets it out of there. He has a little room to skate. Get 2-on-1 with Olivia to her side there. They get it in. Can we get Ellie's in the game here? She tries to help Olivia out. Emerson's all over there. We got all three of our wings and front line right there by the wall. Ellie throws it to the goalie and she catches it. I don't think that's quite on net, but 8:32 to go. We'll get an offensive zone face-off. Olivia, Ellie, and Caitlin up front. Jaden and Gretchen here on defense. Face-off gets back to Ellie. And she slaps it deeper into there. And we're still got the pressure. Keep the puck there. We get a hold of it. Pat there. You got to connect to Olivia there. She takes it beyond the net. She get a backhand pass. Somebody passes it back to Jaden. Jaden shoots it off a defender in front of her. And where's our wings at? We were standing in front of the net waiting for it there, I guess. And all right, back behind their net. Try to keep the pressure on them here. Olivia gets it. Shows that we're going for a line change here. In comes Tiny and Eloise. And Ellie keeps pressure on there. Keeps it while we're doing that line change. She's able to keep it in our offensive zone. They probably have pressure there. Where we at, girls? Tiny catches up to it there. And they bounce it around. They get it out. They dump it out there. That should be icing. Are they called icing this time? Thank you. 7:36. And we got our offensive zone face-off coming. We'll have Eloise, Rose, and Tiny up front. EJ and Everly are on defense now. Face-off gets over to the near side wing, and they get it and pass it out of there, and that should be icing again. So back to the same spot. All right, see what we can do with this face-off here. Stuck at the centers there, right, and then their wing goes and digs it out of there. The wings are welcome to go get those when the centers lock up like that. Puck gets back to EJ here. EJ gets it, slaps on the wall. Eloise will get it here, and she tried to take it through the defense and didn't get anywhere. Now Everly stopped it but fell down. Now they got it going hard. That's coming right down there. She had to cover that up. They shot it right in there. Well, turnover there, and they came in and shot it right around Eleanor. Good backhand off the post shot. All right. Rain, Pippa, and Emerson back up front. Kinsey and Bristol on defense. Kinsey has it behind their net. Behind their net. Our net. Bristol's going to come help out here. See if we can get out of there. There we get out of the zone. I get a little pressure here on them. Able to get out of the zone. And they pass around the wall. Looks like they're going to get to it. And that must have shot all, yeah, they're icing all the way down to along near wall for an icing. All right, now I got Olivia, Caitlin, and Ellie on the offensive line. Jaden and Gretchen back on defense as we get that face-off out to the neutral zone. And then they get it back in. Hard shot, misses the net. Goes all the way around. Where are they? Okay. Olivia's trying to get there, a little pressure on him. We have Caitlin on the opposite side there. Where are we going? Okay. They slowly pass it out, and they slowly get it out. They got us going right towards our net there. Our shot on net. Eleanor blocks that one. Now what happened there? Offsides of some sort? All right, got Eloise, Tiny, and Rose back there. They get it back to Gretchen. Gretchen ices it, or gets it on her zone. It's not going to be iced on net here. See if we can get down there and get a little forecheck on him. Gets to Rose. Rose gets to that one. The shot off. Goes about rebounder there. Available. You got to get to that net, girls. There's no one towards the net. We're nobody back door. We're in front of the net. Gretchen gets one towards the net. Where are we at, girls? Jaden, oh, and they get it out of there. We got all of a sudden they got a breakaway, and Gretchen, they get past that one, and Eleanor keeps that one out. All right, they got it back again. Pippa comes on the ice and almost gets it. Rain's back on the ice. And then Gretchen shoots her right off Pippa. Sort of a pass. And we get it in our opposite side here. See if we can get a little action going here. Pippa tries to get to it. Got Rain in front of net there. Offside net. Nope. There it is right there. Emerson's get right in the middle here. She get a shot off. Nope. Get it backhanded. And then they pop it out of there. That'll probably be icing. Can't see where the puck's at. There it is. In comes Olivia, Caitlin, and Ellie. Everly and EJ are back on defense. I feel like when our defense takes those shots, it'd be nice to have one of the wings go to the back door side of the net. They always either are on net or they miss it just to wide. But our wing are never anywhere close to that. They're like back by the blue line, planning on the other team getting it. I don't know. Suggestion for a play there. Get a wing by the net. All right, now they get out net. Hard shot goes to the crease, to the backside. Caitlin has it. They keep it in the zone, right down the middle there. Everly has it lost in her skates. She can't see it. There she found it. Ellie loses it, sticks to the ice on her. Everly passes it to their defense, and they pass it around. Caitlin's there to cut one off. Then Olivia has it. She has a little open. Did she get going here? She kind of gets it behind the net. Now we're going for a change, I guess. That's our best. All right, we're going for a line change here. EJ is back there to help keep it in. Or on the ice is Eloise and Tiny and Ellie still out there. Tiny gets it to Eloise. See, Ellie's going to get a move. Ellie shoots out the referee, holds it in. Referee holds it in nicely there, and they get it out of the zone. And now we need to go for another wing change here. Probably Rose is going to come in here. Eleanor blocks that one, and we get it out of there. Rose gets it in there. Where was everybody else at? I think we're going for a line change when that happened. I think they kind of hooked her there and knocked Rose down. And we're going the other way again. Off the post. And we skate past it. Tiny has it. Waves on it. Strike one. There, that time we got worked. Pippa's going to have a little space here. We're going. Pippa gets it in there by herself. We're getting a line change going here. Nobody's there. Emerson comes in. Bristol's back on the ice. In comes Rain. Emerson fights hard to get there and cut it off. They call offsides there or something. What's called offsides? So we're going to have Pippa, Rain, and Emerson up front, Bristol and Kinsey on defense. 2 minutes to go in the first period. All right, looks like Pippa shot that off the referee or the wall. It goes back to Bristol here. Gets backhanded over towards Rain. And Pippa blocks that pass and out into the neutral zone. Rain's going to take it in. Couldn't get through the defense there. Back to Kinsey. Kinsey gets knocked down, and now I got a nobody in front of 77 here. 5-hole. Yeah, our defense fell down with it there, and then there was nobody else back. So, and they found the 5-hole. Rough first period here. 1:31 to go. All right. Olivia, Ellie, Caitlin up front. Gretchen and Jaden back on defense. They get that face-off going right away. They end up calling offsides, I think. They're trying to do the music thing here today. So I like, what was that? I don't know what happened there. All right. I'm not sure what happened there. And we got that out of into the neutral zone. They get to it, but Olivia and Caitlin are trying to put some pressure on them there. They pass out to their wing nicely. They center pass it right through, and we're trying to back check here. There we stop the momentum. And they're in call sides, okay. All right, Eloise, Rose, Tiny in there. They get that out to the neutral zone, and their defense controls it. 1 minute to go. And that gets all the way to Eleanor. She keeps it out. EJ has it. Runs into a defense, though. The referee held that one in again. Good job, ref. Oh, Caitlin finds, or Eloise finds it with a little room. She get it going here. She gets it back, hands it towards the goalie, gets it on the goal. You go back there, right there. Oh, we were just not. Dang it! That's a good pedestrian pass. Just was not quite right in the. They're right there for the net there. Oh, goalie held that one out again. And that one, that's time the goalie gloves it. 8 seconds to go. I get some good pressure there. Finally. I'm not a hockey expert, but that back door thing always works in the pros and the college level, so I think somebody should sit in that backside there. And it kind of fumbles around here. 6 seconds to go in this period, and they're going to kill the clock. I always put a little pressure on him, get a shot off. 1 second. No, he dinked around too much. All right, 3-0 after 1. All right, start the second period here. The Pippa, Rain, and Emerson up front. Kinsey and Bristol on defense. We got out the face-off and took it in for a bit, but then they shot it right out of there. And they dump it in deep. See, Bristol should be able to get to this one. Maybe. Yeah, I think she got to it and shot it back around the other side of the wall. Pippa gets that one to Rain, and Rain tried to back wall pass it to herself, and they ended up getting it out of there. I notice how they spread out and pass it just like the team yesterday. I don't think these teams are that much better than us individually skill-wise. I just think they know how to spread out and pass rather than all clump up and try to chase the puck around. There's a long shot, gets to the net. Pippa gets it out their side. See, we put a little pressure on him here. That gets all the way through the middle. It's almost, if they would have connected on the passer, it gets to Kinsey, and she shoots it out towards Rain. And they control it, and they swing it around. I think that other wing on the other side, I know they're going to pass it back the other way, so somebody cut in front of that pass. Here, Emerson does a good job of back checking there and gets to it, and Bristol has it there, and Olivia's on the ice. Ellie comes on the ice. That's offsides by quite a ways. All right. So we had Olivia, Caitlin, and Ellie coming in here. And then here comes the music. Got Gretchen and Jaden back on defense. Okay, guys, shut the music off when the play starts. Their music guy over there. All right. Jaden gets it, tries to get a pass off. I think it's knocked down. Action right in front of us here. Gretchen gets to it, flips it down the ice, passes to their defense. They pass it. Kate's right there to see that one. And she runs right into the defense. So I think you could just dump it in. And they pass it around. They get it there. Jaden cuts that out, gets it out of the zone. Caitlin has it. Passes. Nice pass to Ellie there. Couldn't quite connect, but they get it a little deeper there. Oh, that was close. That was so close. That was very touchy offsides call there. In comes Eloise, Rose, Tiny, EJ, and Everly on defense. That face-off goes back to their defense. They race around the edge. EJ cuts that off. Tiny has it. Now we get little numbers here. We going. Tiny takes it to Eloise there, and Rose coming shot on goal. I think that's stuck under the. That must be in there now. Somebody's got to call something. It's in the goal. You got to call something. It was in the net. You didn't blow a whistle. Okay, they called that not a goal. I have no idea why. They didn't blow a whistle, and that was in the net. And then we have to face off there. Always almost got it to the net there. They did not blow a whistle on that one. It maybe was under the goalie for a while, but they didn't blow it. And then we went and we shoved it under the net. There we still got some action here. Always tries to get over to, and they get it back out of there. Big pile of middle here. Tiny sneaks it out there. Gets it to Eloise. Couldn't quite see it, but so we can still keep the pressure there on the offensive side. They get a nice centering pass. Just gets out of the zone, and we get offsides. All right. Now we got Emerson, Rain, and Pip out there again. Kinsey and Bristol on defense. They pass around a little bit there and get knocked off. Emerson's going to get this. So Emerson, Pippa, and Rain. Emerson's going to skate around here. See if we can find some space here. She passes, tries to get up towards Pippa. Too many girls there, though. And they're going the other way. They get a pass, gets all the way to the back, but they couldn't connect. And Kinsey stakes it away. She skates it down. She got space. She should get going here. Oh, they poked her right off her stick there. Emerson has it now. Get going the other side. Try the other side here. Yeah, this girl laying down over there. Emerson takes it in. There, we still got some action going here. Girl's laying down for a while, but she's up. And then we backhand it, and they get it, and they slap it out of there. Kinsey hopefully will get to it here. They're coming hard. And they get over here. Pippa has some free ice there doing the lunge. She get going. We got 3 on none. We get going here. Long shot. We had like 2 girls in the backside to catch the pass there. We had 3 on none. Shot goes right into the goalie's glove. They might want to work on that in practice. They got a thing like that. The goalie sucks over to one side, that nice little pass to the other side, and the girls will be wide open for a shot. Kate Jaden gets that one and throws it off a defender. We do that all the time. It's something to think about. All right, we got hold it in there. Ellie tries to get over to Caitlin. Could quite connect. Gretchen holds it in, shoots it right to the goalie. And it ends up right by the goalie there, and they're not below the whistle. They're going to end up with a bunch of fights here if they don't blow the whistle. Tippa, Emerson, and Rain on the front line. Everly and EJ on defense. All right, we got there. Emerson flips to the other side. And again, what happens when we get all of our wings and everybody on one side, then there's nobody on the other side. And, oh well, we're going to control here. Everly gets it behind the net. Everly and EJ on defense. Yeah, they're going to get a shot here in slot. Gets it, Eleanor keeps it out. And Rain's able to skate it to the neutral zone. Runs into a bunch of defense. And they shoot it back in. I think EJ's going to get to this one. Ooh, that was a... I think EJ tried to pass it out of there and it somehow ended up bouncing off of Eleanor's glove and into the net. So they get a cheap goal there. With 11 seconds to go in the second period. All right, Olivia, Caitlin, and Ellie up front. EJ and Everly back on defense. 5 seconds to go here. And that's the end of the second. All right, start third period here. And got Olivia, Ellie, and Caitlin out there. Kinsey and Bristol on defense. Eleanor takes the left side goal there for the final period. Kinsey gets it, skates around, got some space here. She get going here. Got Ellie going with her. She cuts across the ice. Runs into a bunch of people. And she gets knocked into the board. Got boarded there. That's a Kinsey gets kicked out of the game for that kind of thing. All right, power play time. The big Kinsey's okay. Got boarded pretty hard there. Now we got Olivia, Ellie, and Caitlin up front. Gets back to Bristol off face-off. We're in the power play. She gets it towards the middle. Hits a couple defenders. Caitlin's going to get to it. Tries to center it, but defender's right in the way. And Ellie gets to it. Man, it'd be nice if we could try to shoot it right through the defense. It'd be nice to see us try to pass it around a little bit and find some open space. Crowd's going nuts. That was on purpose. That was a retaliation hit there. Ellie and the girl hit each other. Yeah. Oh, they're gonna call Ellie. Well, the first time it looked like Ellie just kind of bumped into her, and that time it looked like the girl retaliated, but Ellie got in trouble too, I guess. Ellie just ran into her. I think that was fair. It looked to me like Ellie just bumped into the girl on. Yeah, we got Ellie's Tiny and Rose in there now. Jaden and Kinsey back on defense. A minute 30 left. They end up with off the face-off. They end up with it again. We're in a power play again. Tiny has it. Gets pitched off against the wall. She gets it to Eloise. Eloise bounces around the wall. Gets to the neutral zone. Yeah, Tiny gets it. Dumps it in deeper. So we got behind the red line. See if we can go get it now. We are on the power play, and they somehow get it through the hole all the way out of there. Nobody got in the way of that one. Kinsey gets it. Take it in, Kinsey. She's got the momentum. Makes a move. Get in there. Offense. She slips. Tiny's there to help out. Kinsey gets back up. Shot gets deflected behind the net. Go get it. Go get to the net. Get to the net. Still about 50 seconds left in the power play. We got space here. Eloise has it on the wall. Where's she going? Centering pass. There's nobody to be found there. And then Jaden waves on the shot attempt with the reset here. Jaden takes it in. Gets behind the red line. So if you got any legs left to do a little offense here, they get it behind us. We're doing a little shift. Emerson comes on the ice. They got it. Pippa comes on the ice. They get it to Eleanor. About 10 seconds left on the penalty here. Kinsey has it again. Yeah, Pippa and Emerson out there, and rain comes on the ice again. I think they tried to get along the wall, but it's going to be icing. And that's the end of the penalty. So back to even strength. I did think that Ellie one was kind of, the first they ran into each other was just trying to go for the puck. And the girl got upset, so then she went up and purposely rammed in Ellie. And they called them both for fighting, I guess. Or roughing, or whatever you want to call it. All right, face off here. Controlled by us for a bit. Gretchen tries to get around the net. Turns the other way. Looks like Rain has it here. Gets it to the neutral zone. We're still trying to get to it. They slapped it out the other way. And there they go. Emerson tries to pinch her off against the wall. Good job. Nice play. And she passes back to the girl she just knocked down. It's because she's the wing. There's no wing back there. All right. There it is. Got two girls right there. Gretchen gets it. Can't get it out of there. There we get to the neutral zone. So we got to reset our positions here. We've got another. Here comes Caitlin in the game. Back to the neutral zone. They have to reset. Tiny's in the game. Get it over to Caitlin here. Caitlin got some room to go. She get going. Get that red line. Nice little pass across Tiny there. I couldn't quite catch the pass though. And back the other way we go. Jane is in control of this. Tries to get over to Tiny. Ends up to the defense. I think Gretchen got a penalty for tripping Gretchen there, I think. I think they called that one finally. So they're going to get a power play here, or we're going to power play again. See if we can spend some time in our offensive zone. In comes Eloise, Ellie, and Olivia. Everly and EG are going to be on defense here. Let's start out this one. Eloise ends up getting this past to Emerson. Olivia, she just couldn't quite get it. They go in there and just hit the pad. Try to pass back the defense, but it went right to their team. And then they iced it, so tries again. All right, try it from the other side here. Yeah, Olivia's kind of catching on her backhand there. And nobody really controlled. They kind of get to their side here. See if Olivia or EJ can track this down. Now they get it out of there and ice it again. In comes Pippa and Emerson and Rain. Now I don't know how much the elevation here in Denver wears out a little bit more, at least towards the end of the game. That shouldn't affect us at the first start of the game. I don't know how many girls know Emerson and Eloise were just getting on being sick here last week. All right, Pippa gets that one. They tried sticks. Oh, Pippa ends up getting it right there. Couldn't quite get it to the goalie though. They got a stick in their way. Good pressure off the face-off though, and then Tiny finds it here, gets a backhand towards the net, but there's too many people in the way. Pippa gets it again, passes it back towards Emerson. And then they're kind of all chasing the puck there. We get too close to each other, so then we do try to pass it. We're too close to even try to catch it. And is that going to be icing on us? No icing. All right, get in there. She skates right through our line there. We got to run going the other way now. EJ pushes, she loses it beyond the line there. Now we should be able to go the other way now hard. On 5-on-4, we should have numbers here. Get going, Emerson. And she runs into, tries to get over to Pippa. Couldn't connect on it. We're going to call they call the penalty again. Did you blow a whistle? Did you blow a whistle? They did way over here. All right, 5-on-3 for about 40 seconds here. And we got Olivia, Caitlin, and Eloise out there. Face off, kind of gets locked up there. Nail this wall. Eloise gets up and finds it right there. And they pop it out of there. There should be icing again. Is he going to get to the wet line? No, Bristol's going to get it. Okay. Get going now. They got 5-on-3. You should be able to find some space. They hadn't get past Olivia, but Olivia was not going that way. Kinsey gets in there, gets going with it. Runs in Ellie, and they kick it right out again. 5-on-3, we got to find some space, and that's what it has to. We're all clumped up here. Look at it. We're all right in the same spot. Olivia takes it in, they shop it right out. Kinsey catches it. Now we're back to 5-on-4. She gets it in. Olivia's there. Okay, now get around. We're still 5-on-4 now. Olivia backhands it to Bristol. There it is, right there. Go get it, Kinsey. She kind of waits for it. Gets another shot there. Caitlin gets it. Get to the red line and dump it in. Okay, nice pass. Olivia there. Olivia makes a move, gets around one, and she kind of a little too far ahead of her. Goes back to Ellie, and then she skates past the... Nice idea. Nice idea. Now they're going the other way. They're going to have a one-on-one here. Short-handed, and Eleanor grabs that one. All right, now I got Pippa, Rain, Jaden, Emerson out there. Emerson gets the pass. There we go. We got 3-on-1. Go on, Pippa. There she takes a little move there. Almost a little bit too far ahead of her. Tried to backhand it right there. Oh, nice front of the net there. Nobody, again, weren't quite. We were following her, though. And then gets out of the blue line. Couldn't hold the blue line there. And now that'll kill about 10 seconds left on the power play now. Jaden passes to their defense. And they pass it all the way around. Gretchen deflects that one back the other way, though. And that's the end of the power play, so back to even strength. I think that's going to be another penalty on them. I think Emerson just got shoved on the boards. Yep. All right, more power play time, I guess. See if we can get a few more shots on goal here. And we have Eloise, Tiny, and Rose up here again, and Gretchen and Jaden staying there in defense. Face-off gets back to our defensive area. Tiny, that didn't quite work. Always gets to it here. Gets a shot on net. Goalie gets that one. Goalie catches it nicely, so no rebound opportunity there. I think Rose was there waiting for a rebound. Okay, this goes over to the far side. They control it, but we got pressure on there. We all skate past it. And they get it out of there. Gretchen will get it here, see if we can try to pass it up the ice rather than skate all the way. We got space and we got people open. Gretchen's gonna take it there. We got Eloise waiting there. We got our other wing. Eloise gets it there up front now. And then she runs in the defense. I don't know how much gas we got left. Caitlin's back on the ice. I can tell Eloise has run out of gas. Here comes Olivia on the ice. Gretchen's going to get to it here. We got Olivia over there. Got Caitlin on the other side. Ellie can cut across the middle here, try to get a breakaway going. And it passes to them. Try this again. Spread out, girls. Gretchen's going to get it. I think she ends up, defense got too close to her. Blocked the pass. Now we get a pressure right there. And Ellie has it. That girl got 5-on-4. Ellie throws it out to the neutral zone, but they control it. 20 seconds left in the penalty. And then Ellie finds it, or Olivia finds it there. Makes one move, and she's on the ground. And they shoot it towards Eleanor. Back on the ice is Pippa. And we ice it. And back to even strength. All right, Pippa, Emerson, and Rain in there up front. Everly and EJ on defense. 3 minutes to go here. Stuck somewhere in that corner. That one gets right to Eleanor, and she covers it up. All right, face-off. Pippa won that one. Gets it to Everly. CJ tries to get. Oh, she just gets thrown down from behind, and all right. Let that one go. Get into our last 2 minutes here. There you go. Pippa finds that one in front of her and takes it out of there. They get in, go around the other way, and pass it up the ice. They wouldn't look for it. That would be icing with 2:20 to go. Looks like we're going to have the Tiny, Eloise, and Rose coming back out here again. We have Kinsey and Bristol on defense. The face-off going forward towards the goal, and they slap it around to their wing here. Is Kinsey going to get to that? I think she is. She shoots it down there. Oh, Eloise almost was able to catch that on her stick. Tiny gets it towards Eloise, and she missed it again. Trying to get a deflection there in the middle. Everybody's waving at it. The puck sticks to the ice on everybody. Now you get out of there, and now we're going to call it back on the ice. See Bristol get to this one. So you reset and try to pass it down the ice. So what happened there? I don't know. I'm not sure what happened there. And gets right to their goal again. Keep it away. Didn't quite get all the way to Eleanor. And we're stuck behind our red line here. The puck keeps sticking to the ice on us. We keep getting up there and then it waves on us. There. There, we finally get a hold of it. Now we got some space here. If Tiny and Lindsay go, Tiny makes it past Kinsey. Kinsey get going here. I don't know if she has any gas left. She's been in there on defense for a while, and they covered up. Oh, relax. Gonna get on to Gretchen. Gretchen's a nice shot on goal there. Caitlin gets another nice shot on goal. All right. Big pile up here. Under a minute to go. Now we got a little fight going there. All right, I guess Ellie in 77 gets to go in the again. Ellie got shoved from behind there. All right, Olivia, Emerson, and Caitlin in there now. Gretchen and Eberly back on defense. Nice pass there. Gets to Olivia. She can take it in here. Got Caitlin over there on the other side and Emerson down the middle. They get out to Gretchen and hold the line, I think. Yeah, she shoots right back to the goal. Oh, Everly slips there, gets in the neutral zone. Pass across the other side there. That's offsides, but that's the end of the game. All right, there we go, 4-1. We had the shots on goal, though. Rough first period. Our first period was not good. So if we can start out the next game with a little more energy next time. All right, tomorrow we play early tomorrow. I think 7:30 in the morning tomorrow. 8:30 Central Time.